I'm up here in Calistoga today doing a little grape tasting in preparation for the harvest. These are all Bordeaux's up here. I'm at Clos Pegase. The vines are vibrant. Grapes are abundant. They're a little more spread out than usual because we had a lot of what's called shatter. That's when you get rain during the flowering stage, and it literally washes the pollen off of the flowers, and some of the grapes don't form, or some are less mature. The good thing about shatter is, if it's not too severe, is that it allows more air to get in around the grapes and get better air circulation, and it makes the grapes less prone to mold. Mold is not one of those flavor signatures that you really like, and if you look closely at these grapes, you can see how they're missing certain ones. The bunches are not quite as tight and crammed, but they're still pretty abundant. In fact, up here, off in the distance, you can hear the pumps running because they're doing some irrigation, because these plants are carrying a lot of bunches, and I think they want to make sure they're nice and full before harvest, because you want to make sure you have enough juice, or you're not going to have enough wine. Now, this has been a really interesting year, 2011. We haven't had a lot of big heat spikes. We've had a lot of fog overnight, which meant that the number of hours in the course of the day you've had less sunlight than maybe you could have had. But the flavors that I'm tasting in these grapes are absolutely wonderful. They really are. They're just wonderful. They're rich and full and vibrant. I remember, I think it was 2009, when there was so much smoke. Halfway through the summer, there was no flavors in the juice, in the skins. There just was not enough sunlight. But this year, you have this tremendous vibrancy in the grapes that is really classic Napa, classic Sonoma, especially classic Napa. That vibrancy, that light, that illumination. As Robert Louis Stevenson said, their wine is liquid poetry. Or was it Galileo who said that wine is sunlight held together by water. Grape is about 90% sunlight, and so the quality of the sunlight really affects it. And the quality of the sunlight has been gorgeous this year. It's just been a gorgeous year. And I think we're seeing that going into the grapes. It hasn't been heavy heat spikes, hasn't bleached the flavors out of the grapes. The harvest may be a little smaller than some people would like, but I think the quality is going to be absolutely wonderful. So that's Ralph's harvest forecast for 2011. And the harvest is underway, after all, especially down in Carneros, and the Pinot is coming in. I think the Chardonnay will be coming in pretty soon. These grapes here, these are Cabernet Sauvignon. The flavors are really good. The sugar is going to have to go up a ways, and the seeds are still a little green. There's some brown spots on there, but there's no green. They're going to have to go all brown before they bring these in, because they're going to want that rich, saturated flavor. So, Ralph from Amici Tours out here in Calistoga, visiting at Clos Pegase.